Good morning, students. Hi, hello. How are you? Hope fine at home. Okay, today we will take up Judiciary, chapter number 5 from Civics. Okay, we have already completed History, chapter number 5. So, I am now taking up Judiciary, that is Civics, chapter number 5. So, let's see. So, this is the structure of Indian judiciary. So, at the highest or at the top, you can see the Supreme Court, followed by the High Court and the lower court at the lowest level. So, this is the structure of the Indian judiciary system that we are going to study in detail at the end. Not now, this is just I am introducing you the Indian judiciary system or the structure. Let's see further the topics. So, what is the role of the judiciary? You know very well that judiciary is a separate wing. So, we have three different structures like legislative, executive and judiciary is an independent of the other two. So, what is the role of judiciary now? First of all, it solves the dispute, or you can say dispute resolution. Dispute. What is the meaning of dispute? If there is any conflict between any groups, so it solves that. That is dispute resolution. Second one, judicial review. And third one, upholding the law and enforcing fundamental rights. Upholding, so the law, whatever, and enforcing the fundamental rights. You have already studied fundamental rights in your chapter number 2, I suppose, isn't it? So, will you able to? Let's see how many of you will respond in the Zoom class. So, we have the 6 fundamental rights, and they are right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, that means you can choose any religion of your choice, cultural and educational rights, as well as the 6th one, right to constitutional remedies. That means if you are, or if your any of the right is violated, you can go to the court and you can get it resolved. So, these are the fundamental rights that we have already studied in our previous classes. So, I am not explaining in detail. This is just recap of what we have studied. Let's move further. So, we have seen that judiciary is an independent wing. Separate hai, it's a pratyek hai. Okay, it's an independent wing. Then, what does it mean? Independent judiciary. What does it mean? If the politician has the power to appoint and dismiss a judge from his office, the judge is clearly partial to the politician. That what this particular sentence is. If the politician has the power to appoint and dismiss the judge from his office means as a judge, if he is removed by any politician, then the judge is clearly partial to the politician. That means actually the politician has no right either to appoint or to dismiss the judge. Then who has the right? Who has the authority? Let's see who has that authority. But we also see that through our various medias or through films and all, that the influence of the politicians, so wherever it may be. So at that time, in such cases, if any judge is removed, then that judge is partial. Therefore, to establish independent judiciary, Indian Constitution laid down several provisions. So that the provision laid by the Indian Constitution is very, very important as far as this particular chapter is concerned. Let's see what are all the provisions. अदरवाइज़ कोई भी अपना मनमानी कर सकते हैं, जिसको भी अगर मेरे खिलाफ अगर कोई जजमेंट देता है तो मैं उसको आज उसको निकाल के कहीं और मैं शिफ्ट कर सकता हूँ। दैट मच पावर वो पॉलिटिशियन को अगर होता है, अगर ऐसा होता है तो इंडिया का जुडिशरी सिस्टम में आज अभी तक जो हमें इम्प्रूवमेंट मिल रहा है या फिर रिजल्ट मिल रहा है वो बिल्कुल नहीं मिलेगा। सो ऑल पॉलिटिशियन विल बी ऑन सेफर साइड इवन दो दे कमिट एनी क्राइम और मिस्टेक, because they are having that power or to authority to convert the judgment towards their side, but such things are not happening. So what are the provisions laid down by the constitution? So there are three. First one is separation of powers. We have already studied what is the meaning of separation of powers. The powers are separated. Now what is this independent judiciary? Let's see. Again, this is another clip. The Indian Constitution protects the citizens against the influence of the rich and powerful people by providing for the independence of judiciary. So, if my right is violated, I can approach the court and whomsoever it may be my boss or it may be my senior person, whomsoever it may be. So, if I am violated, my right is violated, I can go against him in the court and seek justice. Okay, that is the provision given by the Constitution. This is done by the separation of powers. It means that the other branches of the state, as I told you before also, legislature as well as executive, they cannot interfere in the work of the judiciary. So, judiciary is a separate wing from legislature as well as executive. Legislature, what is the main role of legislature? Making the law. Executive, implementing the law, and judiciary to give impartial justice. The courts are not under the government and not act on their behalf. So the court is not at all working according to the guidance of the government. So it is an independent wing. So there is a separation of powers. Now the second one, B, that is little interference of legislative and executive in the appointment of judges. Then who does the appointment of these judges? Let's see that. Not the legislature, not the executive. Prime Minister has no right to appoint any judge of the Supreme Court or High Court or any other lower court also. He is not appointing. Then who appoints the judges? So appointment of the judges is concerned. The appointment of the judges is a part of the political process. It has never been free from the political controversy. What do you mean by controversy? I have already mentioned controversy का particular meaning हिंदी में विवादात्मक होता है. So that is that confusioning वाला. So that is हमेशा ये controversy में रहा. In India, Article 124 of the Constitution provide that every judge of the Supreme Court is to be appointed by the President. So who is appointing? President, after consultation with the other judges of the Supreme Court and the High Court. So the judges of the Supreme Court or the High Court or even the lower court, they are appointed by President after taking the advice from the judges of Supreme Court as well as High Court. Why? Because President is not aware, he is not having much knowledge about this. Okay, he doesn't know anything about a particular person whom we consider to be a judge. He doesn't have at that time. He takes or he seeks the permission or you can say the advice from the other judges because the other judges are already aware about them, isn't it? तो अगर मुझे एक किसी XYZ के बारे में अगर उसके बारे में पता ही नहीं है और मुझे उसको जज अपॉइंटमेंट करूँ तो मैं कैसे करूँ? तो आई मे बी पार्शियल. सो एट दैट टाइम मैं क्या करूँगी, वो पर्टिकुलर फील्ड में जो एक्सपर्ट है उनका मैं राय लूँगी या आई टेक देयर एडवाइस एंड ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दैट आई अपॉइंट. सो सेम थिंग इज दैट द प्रेसिडेंट आफ्टर सीकिंग द एडवाइस ऑफ the judges of the Supreme Court or the High Court, he appoints the other judges. whether maybe for the lower court or for the high court or for even the Supreme Court. In case of the appointment of the judges other than the Chief Justice of India shall always be consulted. So, in case of the appointment of the judge of other than the Chief Justice, so at that time, final decision, before making the final decision, even the advice of the Chief Justice of India is also sought. Now, a question for you. Who is the present Chief Justice of India? You have to give answer in the comment box. The Chief Justice of India. Okay, question for you. This is. Let's move. Let's see how many of you will give this one. And the third one. So, first one was separation of powers, and the B, little interference of legislative and executive in the appointment of the judges. And now the C is difficult procedure for the removal of the judge from his office. So once a particular judge is appointed as a judge, as a Chief Justice, okay, then his removal is not an ordinary process. He cannot be removed easily. So the removal of the judge. Article 124 then 4 of the Constitution of India lays down the procedure for removal of the judge of Supreme Court, which is applicable to Chief Justice as well. He can be removed only through the process of impeachment by President. So impeachment अभी है ना, इनका impeachment process प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ यूएसए का प्रेसिडेंट उनके लिए भी बीच में हुआ था बिफोर 6 months एंड ऑल, एंड ही वाज आस्क्ड टू गेट डाउन फ्रॉम द ऑफिस एंड दे वर रेडी टू रिमूव हिम फ्रॉम हिज पोस्ट, एंड एट दैट टाइम दे कंडक्टेड ये impeachment. So impeachment is a different method wherein again voting होता है 2/3 वाले, all are not, we people all ordinary Indians are not included in that, or we have not given chance for his removal. As a selected people, it may be the members of parliament or even the group within itself, so they will be given chance to cast vote, and through a process of impeachment, एक अलग process है that we will see in our coming days. Okay, so he will be removed only through the process of impeachment, and this impeachment process is not easy. ही कैनॉट बी जस्ट वो कुछ भी तो अच्छा काम नहीं किया करके उसको डिसमिस नहीं कर सकते हैं. सो इन केस ऑफ द जज ऑफ द सुप्रीम कोर्ट और हाई कोर्ट और एनी कोर्ट, सो इंडिपेंडेंट ऑफ जुडिशरी इज क्रूशियल. वन, टू प्रोटेक्ट मिसयूज ऑफ पावर बाय लेजिस्लेटिव एंड एग्जीक्यूटिव. अगर लेजिस्लेचर और एग्जीक्यूटिव कुछ मिसयूज करता है पावर को, एट दैट टाइम जुडिशरी इज प्रोटेक्टिंग देम. To protect fundamental rights of the citizens. We have already seen the 6 fundamental rights, isn't it? Now, this is the court of hierarchy, what you have seen in the structure of the courts in India, the same in different way. So, at the lowest level, district court, then high court, and the Supreme Court, that is at the top level. So, there is integrated judicial system, integrated, mix, okay, combine, okay. In India, we have an integrated judicial system, meaning the decision made by the higher courts are binding on the lower court. Yes, lower court. That means that whatever the decision is given by the higher court, that has to be that has to be followed. Okay. We know that if we doesn't seek justice from the lower court, then we approach to the high court. Then if high court also, if we are not satisfied, then we move to the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court is final, and whatever the judgment is given in the Supreme Court, that again you cannot come to the lower court by saying that अरे उसका जो decision लिया उससे अच्छा आपका था, ऐसे करके नहीं कर सकते. So if you are unhappy with the lower court, you can go to the higher authority, that is high court. वहाँ पर भी अगर आपको अच्छा नहीं मिला decision, आपको ऐसा लगता है कि ये मेरे अगेंस्ट है, यू कैन गो टू द सुप्रीम कोर्ट. बट वट एवर द डिसीजन गिवन इन द सुप्रीम कोर्ट, दैट इज फाइनल. ओके, दैट इज द वर्डिक्ट. So another way through as appellate system that exists in India, this means that a person can appeal to a higher court if they believe that the judgment passed by the lower court is not just, that is appeal, appellate करके बोलते हैं उसको. And you can, if you believe that okay whatever the decision is given by the lower court is not in favor of me, then I can, through appeal I can move on to the other courts. This is appellate system. Appellate system is the judicial system through which an appeal is made in the higher court against the judgment of the lower court. And in the appellate system, the judgment of the lower court can be reviewed. Review मतलब उसको वापस review करना, वापस go through करना, then upheld in instruct down by the higher court. For example, a case about state, it may be Delhi administration versus Lakshman Kumar and others in 1985 का केस था, from the lower court to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court में ऐसा गया through appellate system में गया, through an appeal गया. So okay, this is just I'm giving only just introduction of that. So branches of the legal system. So you can say two court, we know criminal court as well as civil court. You have already studied in class 6 also. If there is any matter related to or property or anything dispute and all, we will approach to the civil court. Whereas any murder, thief or any major, then we can consult to the criminal court. So two types of courts, criminal court and the civil court. Then does everyone have access to the court? ये बहुत बड़ी बात. So क्या सभी जो जुडिशरी सिस्टम हमें पता है, क्या सब लोग वो जुडिशरी सिस्टम का फ़ायदा उठा सकते हैं? सबको मिल पाता है इजीली? नो. इन प्रिंसिपल अगर हम ऐसे ही बोलेंगे, ऑल सिटीजन ऑफ इंडिया कैन एक्सेस टू द कोर्ट ऑफ दिस कंट्री. हाँ, वी कैन अप्रोच, हमें एक्सेस है, कोई आपको रोकेगा नहीं. बट इज़ इट पॉसिबल? This implies that every citizen has the right to seek justice through the court. Yes, we can go to the court. That power that is given in the fundamental right itself. The courts play a very significant role in protecting our fundamental right. If any citizen believes that their rights are being violated, then they can approach to the court for the justice. But what I am saying is that, what is the procedure? How we can approach the court? So is it a simple process? No. कोई भी आपके घर पे भी आप या कोई परिवार में भी आपने सुना होगा कि मोस्ट ऑफ द अगर कोर्ट में अगर जाता है तो मोस्टली इसको सबसे पहले द डिसीजन विल बी डिले. ओके, इट में लास्ट अप टू 2, 3, 4, 5 इवन अप टू 10 years ऑल्सो हो सकता है. देन इज अ एक्सपेंडिचर, मनी, लॉट ऑफ मनी एज वेल एज टाइम. So most of the, if you approach to a lawyer and all, they said that कि out of court settlement करो, क्योंकि कोर्ट में जाता है तो क्या होगा, कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ करो, कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ करके सेटलमेंट करो. आमने सामने दोनों अगर थोड़ा थोड़ा 50-50 एग्री करो, अगर दोनों को ऐसे ही चाहिए वैसे चाहिए नहीं चलेगा, यू 50-50 करो, कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ करो, देन आउट ऑफ द कोर्ट सेटल करो. दैट वाज द यूजुअली द लॉयर्स विल गिव suggestion also. Okay. In principle, all citizens of India access. So this is the same thing. I think it is repeated. So public interest litigation, that is famously called as PIL. Now, what is this PIL? Public interest litigation. The Indian Constitution allows any public spirited person, NGO, or a public interest law firm मतलब factory, to file a case on behalf of the group of persons whose rights are affected. The court can also act on its own motion. A PIL must be filed against government authority. So PIL हम कहाँ अप्लाई कर सकते हैं? Against the government authorities में. आमने सामने फैमिली मेम्बर के सामने PIL नहीं करना. So, but private parties can also be included as correspondents in case in which PIL can be filed. Let us see. So, environmental degradation. So, it's a matter of whole person, or because of one factory the environment is degrading or polluting, at that time you can see, you can go, that is public interest. Why I am filing a case? Because the interest of the public is there, not for me, मेरे लिए अकेले के लिए नहीं है, पूरे सोसाइटी के लिए या पूरे शहर के लोगों के लिए आई एम सीकिंग, दैट इज पब्लिक का इंटरेस्ट इसमें है, इसके लिए आई एम फाइलिंग दैट केस. सो violation of basic human rights of the poor. So what are the basic human rights? So they have equality, we are talking about equality, right to equality, right to education. Are the poor people are getting? No. At that time, if you are a concern, see, NGOs are normally they are doing that, okay, social service करते हैं. So these people they fight for that. So at that time you can file public interest litigation. Then content or conduct of government policy. If the government policy is against to the development of the nation, then you can file. And then to compel municipal authorities to perform a public duty. So municipal authorities, if they are not doing the property, पाँच दिन से कचरा timely लेके नहीं जाते हैं, okay, they are coming once in a week and they are picking the कचरा जो भी है. So at that time you can, what you can do, you can seek the public interest or you can appeal through this PIL and you can compel them, force कर सकते हो to follow the duty. Then violation of religious rights and other basic fundamental right. So what is the violation? Violation of religious rights. Religious rights, that means that if you are we are having the authority to go to the temple or the mosque or the church and do our prayer. So, okay. So if anybody is putting any objection for that, at that time you can go, because in the fundamental right that thing is clear, that right to religious, right to religion. So that is given there. I think I have come to an end of this one. The same thing will be explained through the Zoom class as well. So maybe don't consider that it is means boring wala hai. It's a very interesting, and I have asked a question also and you have to answer for that also. Keep watching and we'll see you in the Zoom class. Bye bye, take care. Just you can see that I'm in your classroom, right?